Hi everyone, in this video we are going to see how to create swipeable to-do list using ReactJS and style components. First I will show you the demo of this application. As you can see here, we have listed the to-do list, add button, input field. If you swipe this to-do item, it will give the delete icon and check icon. See here you can mark the to-do and delete the to-do and we will get the notification here. If you want to undo this, you can swipe left from your left. If you want to delete this to do, just swipe from your right side. If you want to enter something, just type the values in that input field and hit the add button. It will get listed here. You can mark this to do as completed by swiping from your left. And for this, we have used the JSON placeholder mock API. Here scroll down a bit. Here you can see the multiple API endpoints. In that we have used the to-dos API endpoint. First we will create the project using npx command. Npx create react app, whatever the project name you wish. I will create a swipeable to-do list. Let packages and dependencies download. This will take some time. Yes, completed. So open that your project. Now we are going to have to install some packages like antd, and design icons, Axios for API integration. So anti and design icon, Axios for API integrations, styled components for styling, and UUID package for generating random IDs. Let this install. So here I will remove some unnecessary files. App.css, we don't need that, so I will delete that file. I will create configuration file here, jsconfig.json. So in that file we can mention the compiler options and the base URL, which is the source folder. So if we write this file, we don't need to use ... while importing the components or files. So index.css, we don't need this, so remove. I will cut it down, and here I will write the global CSS, reset CSS, margin 0, padding 0, box sizing border box. Okay. Next, inside our app.js, remove this logo and app.css import statements, and I will remove this whole code. Importing the React statement from React, and I will create my app component. Inside the return statement, as of now, just I will write to-do list. Okay. So before running our app, we will create the components folder. Inside that, I will create one root file called as index.js. All the packages installation done. So now I will start our application, npm start. Let's open this in the browser. We'll rearrange this window here. So yes, the to-do list has been rendered. Now we will import the styled components. Import styled from styled components. Yes. Then I will create container for our application. Container styled.div tag. Inside that we can write our own style. Background image. Here I'm going to apply the linear gradient. So to bottom. Color code from top. F D 746C, comma FF 9068. So we will apply this inside our return statement to see how this looks. So container, inside that I just put to-do list to do. You can see the background color is appealing. Height will set it as 100 VH. Display flex. Justify content center, align item center. Yeah. Then I will create one wrapper styled component, styled.div tag. Set max width as 600 pixels. Giving minimum width 455 pixels. Minimum height 50 VH. Padding 20 pixels all around. Background color will be white. Before that we can check this inside our return statement. So wrapper. Yeah. So here next I'm going to apply some box shadow. I'll give it 5 pixels, 2 pixels, 44, 1 pixels. Apply RGB here, 0.75. Yeah, good. Next I will give title styled.h1 tag. Give font weight as 600. Text align center. So remove the h1 tag and add title here. So it is centering to-do list. Now next we are going to create our first component, which is add todo.js. This component will have the input field and submit button. So export it in our index.js, default as add to do from add to do file. Okay, just import it here as well to check it is working fine. Add to do. Yeah, it is rendering. Inside our add to do.js, first we have to create a form which holds one input. Here I will just write inline style display flex. Align item center. So inside that we have to place our input and submit button. Before that we will write style for inputs and button. So importing the style components, and here I am writing styled input, styled dot input tag input. Inside that we can write our own styles. So first I will set the width as 80%, then padding 12 pixels top and bottom, 20 pixels to right and left. So margin 8 pixels and 0. Here I will go with display inline block, border just 2 pixels solid, apply the color as stack C triple C, border radius I will apply 4 pixels. Now here write the styled input, type will be text, name title, save it. Placeholder I'll just give add to dos. Value will be we have to define one state here, so I will just give title, and here define on state title comma set title, and we are going to use state hook. Use state initial state will be empty. Import the use state on top. So whenever we type the value, we need to modify the state. So inside the set title, get the value. This is required. Yes, working. Next we need to style our submit button. So for that I'm going to write styled button. So here const styled button equals styled dot button. So here I will give width as, so just copy this linear gradient and apply for our button with a minor change. Just make it to right. Here I will place width as 20%. Make sure it has cursor pointer. border radius will be 20 pixels. You can set a height 20%. Border none. Margin left 10 pixels is fine. Color will be white. I will give padding as 5 pixels. So here write our styled button. The text will be add. Give add. So yeah. Here I will say type equals submit. Okay. I think we can modify the padding here. Just too much. I'll give 5 pixels. I will make it 8. Yeah, this looks fine. Here also make it 8 for button. Yeah, now our add to do component is perfectly fine. Then go to app.js. Here I'm going to define one state, which is the to-dos. It will hold all the to-dos. So set to-dos to modify the state. Inside the use state, first import the use state on top. So inside the use state, I will declare some static data, which is an array. So inside that id 1, just title, I'll just give learn React, and completed will be false. Completed false. So just copy that and paste it. Git id 2, learn Python Django, completed will be false. So now we need to create another component which will list the all our to-do items. So inside the components folder, we are going to create another component which is called todos.js. So inside the components, todos.js, export this in our index.js file. To-dos from to-dos. Import it in our app.js. So to-dos. So inside the to-dos, it will take all the to-dos and map it. So first we need to pass this state inside of this component to-dos equals pass the state to-dos. So here destructuring the props to-dos, and here I am going to use the map function todos.map, which will return each to-do. So for that we are going to create another component which is called TodoItem. So as of now I write TodoItem. So in further component we will pass the key property, just todo.id, that is unique one. To-do equals to-do. So it will contain the title and contain all the details. Create todolist.js in our components folder, rfc. Yeah. So here I will destructure the to-do prop. So here we need to render our title just remove this and print our todo.title, which is we are passing from app.js. Just import it here. Todo item. Yeah, it is. You can see the title is rendering here. Now here we need to write a CSS. So go to our todolist.todoitem.js, importing the style components. And I will create one wrapper kind of thing. Can name it as title wrapper, title container. So this is a div tag. So inside that, give display flex 1. It will take whole width, margin, top 10 pixels for each to do item, background color F4, F3, F4, F4, 4 is fine. So padding for each to do item will be 10 pixels, top and bottom 20 pixels, left and right. So here I will remove the div tag and add title container. It looks good. We will apply border radius as well. Give border radius 50 pixels. And font size, font weight I will make it as bold. Text decoration, as of now I will make it none. So later we will make the text strike using based on props, and make sure it has cursor pointer. And I will try to give letter spacing here. It's too much, 1 pixels. Better I will remove the letter spacing. Okay, now to-do list is with static data, it is working fine. Now I'm going to app.js. So here I will just make sure it has more margin top, styled.div. Said that I will give margin top 2 rem, and I will set max height also as 300 pixels. Overflow Y will be auto. So take the item wrapper and place it above the Todos component, item wrapper. Yeah, so it will apply the margin top. Looks good. And for add to do also, we need to add margin top. It will look better. So before that, we can make an API call from JSON placeholder, which is a mock API. Here you can see the multiple API endpoints. Go to Todo's API endpoint. You can here you can see the lot of to-do items here. Just copy the URL. Here. So before that, we need use effect hook. Inside that, I will write one function, just get to-dos. So this function will get triggered. So const get to-dos. Inside that, we are going to use Axios library, Axios dot-post. Inside that, paste that URL, JSON placeholder dot then block. Whenever it is the API is success, we will get the response. So store that response in our set to dos response dot data. Wait, to skip blank here. Oh, that is not post call, it is get call. Make it get. So here see, lot of to-dos has been listed here. We don't need that much, so I will make it only 5 to-dos. Here we can pass the limit, make a param limit keyword equal 5. I will just pass 5. Now you can see only 5 to-do list is, to-do item is rendered. Next we have to add a to-do. Whatever we types and hit submit button, it has to listed in this, listed in our to-dos list. So for that we need to make another API called add to do. I'll write another function. It will take title. So here axios dot post, same URL, copy that, paste it here. So just pass the title, and completed will be in false state. Whenever we are creating new to do means its status is false. So once it is success, we will get the response. So again, set to do's, inside that spread it out all the to do's which have in state and add the response state data. And here we need to generate one random unique ID. So for that we are going to use UUID package. So need to import that. So import v4 as UUID, v4 from UUID, not styled, UUID. And we don't need static data anymore, just remove that. Yes. So now we have created a add to do function. Now inside that add to do.js, we need to pass this function add to do equals add to do. Now we need to call this function inside our add to do.js. So whenever user hits that add button, we need to trigger that function. So I will here destructuring that function add to do const on submit. So whenever user clicks the add button, this function will get triggered. Here pass the event also, event.prevent default, which will prevent the refresh of our page. Add to do, pass our title, which is we have in state. And once user hits the add button, it's get adder means then we need to clear the title as well. So set title, make it empty, on submit equals on submit. Okay, now we will try. Hope this will works. just type learn React, hits add button. Yeah, it is learn JS. Learn JS. Scroll down a bit. Yes, it is working fine. Here we can add some margin top. Go to app.js. Oh, sorry, not needed. Here we can add it. Margin top 30 pixels. We can add more 40. It looks better. Yeah, it looks better. Okay, now we have listed and add our to do. Next, the main functionality, which is swipe functionality. For that, we are going to use one npm just called React Swipeable list. This npm we are going to use. Scroll down. Here, as you can see here, we can swipe the particular item using this package. It's a really simple package. So just copy that command and go to your terminal, paste it here. It will install the npm package. React Swipeable list is really very useful and simple package. Just copy this code and we need to apply this in our todolist.js. So paste it here. Now we need to make one container, just swipeable list. Inside that, we need to wrap another component, swipeable list item. So here, swipeable list item. So in that component, we can pass the actions, just like delete or check swipeable list item. So next we are going to write actions for this. Go to the documentation. Here you can see leading actions, trailing actions. Copy this, paste it in our code. It's a above written statement. So call these icons inside our swipeable list item. Same name, leading actions equals leading actions, trailing actions equals trailing actions. Just copy, paste, change the name, trailing actions. Now see, the swipeable is enabled now. Delete and action name, just a default they have given. We can customize it whatever we want here. Here you can see the on click inside the console.info. I will show that in our console. Before that, I will import our icons delete filled and check circle filled from and design icons. Here remove the delete word, place our icon delete filled, remove the action name word, place the icon check circle filled. Yeah, the icon is working fine. I'll inspect this and show the console. Clear it out. Whenever we swipe, the on click is getting triggered. This one, on click. Inside that we have given console info swipe action triggered. See, whenever we swipe, this on click gets triggered. Next, I'm going to style our icons here. Const icon style.div. Inside that, anyway, we will have one SVG icon. So first we will write display flex align item center, justify content center. Color property will be based on the props. So if we have color property means we will show the color property, otherwise we will show the black color. Font size we can define it as 1.5 rem. Inside the leading actions, trailing actions, above the icon, use this icon style icon, and color property we need to pass color. This will be red, so hashtag ff00. This will be red color, so swipe it. Yeah, works fine. For check icon we need to pass green color. So in the leading actions, make sure it has icon. Oops, remove that, close this icon. Here pass the green color code 800. Now yes, the icon style is working fine, looking good. Next I'm going to write the functionality for marking the to-do status as completed. Whenever we swipe the to-do from our left, the text will be strike through. So I will write one function for that. Whatever name we can provide, const mark completed to do. I will go with const mark completed complete. Here we will take ID whenever we swipe from left, assign one variable mark completed to-dos, and map our to-dos, which is we have in our state. It will return each to-do. Here we are going to check the ID to-do.id and whatever ID we are passing while swiping. Make that to-do completed as, just flip it. If it is false, then make it true. If it is true, then make it false. Just flipping the status here and return the to-do. Okay, now we have assigned assign it into a variable. Just we need to make sure this change is reflecting in our state also. So set to-dos, inside that place that variable mark completed to-dos, and copy this function and pass it in our to-dos component. And from Todos component, we need to pass this function inside our todolist.js. So go to todos.js, get the function mark complete, pass this again to TodoItem. Okay, inside TodoItem again destructure. Here in the swipe action, whenever we swipe, the on click will get triggered. So here call that function mark complete, and we need to pass the particular to do ID here. So what we can do is go back to our inside our return statement. Here we will get the ID first, ID, and pass that ID. So where we have used leading actions, here we will get the to do, pass the to do ID. Same for deleting the to do as well, pass that here. So now swipe this. We need to make the CSS change here based on the props. Here text decoration based on the props. If it is completed, we will strike this text. Otherwise, the text will be normal. Props, pass the props here. Props dot, I will name it as to do status. If it is true, then call the line through property. Otherwise none, which is a default one. Keep it as none inside quotation, inside quotes. Now we need to pass the to do status property inside our title container. So to do status will be deducted from to do dot completed. Okay, swipe. It's not working as expected. What's the problem here? Okay, go. I will check the CSS to do status. To do status true, line through. Oh, there is a spelling mistake. Line through, not T. Now swipe this. Yeah, it is working fine. Whenever you swipe, it is getting strike through. If you want to undo, just swipe again. Just add the new to do and swiping it. It works perfectly fine. Next, we are going to write our delete functionality. Whenever we swipe the to do item from our right side, it will get deleted. For that, we are going to write another function, const delete to do, and inside here we need to hit another API call axios.delete. Need to call delete method axios.delete. Copy our JSON placeholder API URL. Here we need to pass that particular to do ID. Copy that, paste it here, add ID. Whenever it is success, we need to remove that particular to do from our local, because it is not real DB, it is not a real database. So once it is success, just in then block, need to filter out that particular to do from our local state. Set to dos, spread out all the to dos which we have in our state, filter that, call the filter function, said that we are going to check the to do ID and the ID we are passing while swiping. To do.id not equals ID. So if it doesn't equals ID means it will store the value except that ID we are passing. Here pass the delete to do function instead of our to do's JS, and we need to pass that function again inside our to do item.js. Inside our to do item, destructure it here, delete to do, and inside the trailing actions, remove the console info. Call our delete to do function, pass the ID. Hope it will works fine. We will check this in a minute. Swipe this. Yeah, it's getting deleted. We will check in our network tab to make sure it is working fine. To network tab, clear all the previous networks. I'll swipe this from my left side, just hitting the API, drag. Yes. So the ID is passing perfectly and to do is getting deleted. Refresh it once. But we are not getting any notification or any sign. It is getting deleted. So we need to add one toast here. Once that is success. For that we're going to use notification from entity notification.success. Description will be whatever you wish. I will go with to do deleted successfully. Placement, you're going to show this toast on top, and duration, not dragon. Duration will be 3 seconds. 3 seconds is fine. Okay, it's imported. Just delete this to do. Nothing appears. Why? Notification imported, notification.success, duration, placement top, description. I think we need to import and design CSS here. So we'll check that and design. Better we will check that in npm package. Type entity npm. Scroll down. There it is. This global CSS we need to import it in our root file, which is index.js. So now it will work fine, I think. Check that. Delete the to do. It is working fine, but the toast is showing in the bottom instead of top. Placement top. Oh, the T will be in small, not in caps. Now delete the to do. Yeah, we are getting the toast successfully. Delete it again. Delete. Just maximize my window. I will delete the to-dos, all the to-dos. Now we will add new, learn React, learn HTML, whatever you need to add, wish to add. Type and hit the add button. Learn CSS, learn Python, learn Node.js. Just swipe left if you want to mark this as completed. If you want to delete, just swipe from your right side, it will get deleted and show the toast notification here. Yeah, that's all for this video. Hope you all like this video. Thanks a lot for watching this video till the end. Thank you. Thank you all.